Hey agents, Brzezowski back, and I'm sorry for the over a month delay over the past weeks. I was having a term exam. Anyway, today I'm back for another Ninjago video, and I'm going to talk about top 5 episodes of Season 7 Hands of Time. For those who are new to here, hi, I'm Agent Brzezowski, and you are watching a series of mine ranking off top 5 episodes of every season of Ninjago. Before you get started, please give me a thumbs up for this video. If you are new to here, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell below for following more videos and news coming up on this channel. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. At the bottom of the list, we have episode 69, Line in the Sand. Well, Line in the Sand start with the ninjas trying to stop whatever the Vermilion Snake Warriors are doing in the Mega Monster amusement park. The Vermilion Warriors were taking scraps of metal from the park for building mechs of the Time Twins. Then they receive a message from the Time Twins that the second Time Blade is going to come in the mid-air, which will be landed in the middle of a desert. The ninjas followed the Vermilion Warriors to the desert, except Jay. He was going to his parents' junkyard as he knew that all the Vermilion Warriors want are scraps of metal, which are easily to be found in the junkyard. Knowing the possible danger to his parents, he reached to the junkyard without informing anyone in the team. The rest of the ninjas keep going to the desert where the second Time Blade was located. Once Jay reached the junkyard, his prediction came true. The Vermilion Warriors indeed are taking the metal. He tried to protect his parents, but he failed. He let the Vermilion Warrior grab Edna as their workers. He followed them using a modified motorbike to the desert where the second Time Blade was spotted. He met the rest at the desert in a time bubble created by the slow-mo blade. He then reached into the time bubble again, but this time he speeded up by adding voltage to the motorbike. He grabbed the Time Blade and Edna and get out of the time bubble. Once the time bubble diminished, he gave the Time Blade to Lloyd and head back to the junkyard with his mom. The rest of the ninjas used the Time Blade to create a time bubble towards the Vermilion Warriors, buying time to fix their vehicles. Then they leave with Ed by the stealth raider jet. The episode splits into two plots, where Jay goes to the junkyard and rescue his parents, and the rest of the ninjas go to Mega Monster amusement park and rescue the people of Ninjago. This can actually offset the boring points of each plot and let the episode become more fuller and rich in materials. Then the two plots combine and lead to another plotline, right? Where Jay meets the other ninjas at the desert, right? That can actually draw back the two plots into the main one, which is get the second Time Blade. It actually can let the plot become more firm and packed, where audience can be easier to understand that the task of the ninjas is to get the second Time Blade. The episode also provides us some epic scenes like the ninjas doing spinjutsu in slow-mo. Based on these reasons and aspects I see in this episode, I put it at the 5th of the total. Then we have is episode 67, A Time of Traitor. A Time of Traitor begins with the capture of Sport. After Stain being hacked, the team is down a ninja and a master. The two found Time Blade are in the hands of the Time Twins. Kai goes to the museum trying to do some researches on the helmets they get from the Vermilion Warriors. Meanwhile, Nia, Cole, and Jay left behind in the Samurai X cave, helping Stain to do some scanning and analyze. They check the last glimpse of what Stain sees before he's hacked. To see a green blur he's saying, but it's not clear. They updated the slow motion function of the system inside the Samurai X cave. They see that it is actually Dr. Sanders Saunders holding the second Time Blade who attacked Stain. They believe Dr. Saunders is with Acronix, but it's too late. Kai already there in the snake nest. Throughout the arrival, the three bumped into a bunch of snake warriors, trying to kidnap the workers in Ninjago to help them. Jay and Cole left behind and saved the workers, and that's left to only Nia to help his brother. Once she reaches to the museum, Kai told her everything he knew on the first 17 war with their parents, Ray and Maya, the Elemental Masters, and the Time Twins 40 years ago. The two try to defeat the Time Twins, but they fail to stop the Time Twins using the Time Blade and vanish into the air with Cyrus Borg. This episode featured a lot of plot twists, like the true identity of Dr. Saunders or Dr. Saunders/Crux telling Kai that his parents are traitors of the Elemental Masters allied. This have not only made the plot more fascinating and fuller, but also letting us to see the personality traits of the characters and how they will accept new things that are out of their minds. I mean, Kai wouldn't have thought that his parents are helping the bad guys, right? Or having Cole to use his new adapt hands after what happened in the Day of the Departed. Besides, this episode has brought out an important main idea of this season. Where is the bonding of siblings, where they will support each other no matter how big a struggle they are facing. As the second runner-up, we have episode 72, Pause and Effect. Pause and Effect is actually split into 5 plots. 1. The Time Twins search for the third Time Blade using the technology invented by Cyrus Borg. 2. Lloyd go on his search of Master Wu. 3. Jay and Cole rescuing the workers who are forced to work for the Vermilion Warriors. 4. Kai and Nia finding where the Time Twins are. And 5. Zane finding Cyrus Borg without Pixel's assist. Lloyd got a bumpy rescue with Wu, as there are Vermilion Warriors guarding him outside the prison. Cole and Jay go from stealth to combat as they try to lead the workers to escape the warehouse by building a ladder towards the skylights of the warehouse, but fail. Instead, they make a loud sound that attracts the Vermilion Warriors. They have no any other options than attack. About Kai and Nia, they are originally heading to the Time Twins, but Kai got something with his parents on his head. He had to find it out for sure. He headed to the blacksmith shop of the cave, seeking for revenge of Ray, his father, being the traitor of the Elemental Masters Alliance. And last but not least, Zane waiting the signal of Cyrus Borg while the Time Twins grabbed him to receive the third Time Blade. In the end, Lloyd lost Wu and meets Zane up in the middle towards the exit. The two then meet Cole and Jay up at the entrance of the cave, defending themselves together. Kai and Nia are threatened to take the reversal blade for the Time Twins. First of all, let's look at the structure aspect of this episode. The episode was split into, as I was saying, 5 plots. Each of them looks like tiny pieces and tiny pieces, but when they are gathered together, they make the bigger picture, which is the episode. Then, at the moral aspect, the episode showed the humanity choices among the ninjas. For example, having Kai to destroy his father or let him speak, having himself clean, or having Wu to look back to all the failures he had made. All the scenes are actually describing the characters to be more in-depth and having a better character development in them. Lastly, at the storyline and flow aspect, the story itself was a great idea, but somehow the episode ended quite messy. Like how Lloyd and Zane meet, Jay and Cole up, or how the workers get out of the sewer without knowing the entrance or having the map in their hands. That little pity may have just resulted this episode belong to the third of the season. On top of that is episode 68, Scavengers. After Master Wu got hit by the time punch and Zane got hacked, this episode begins with Lloyd becoming the temporary master in training of the team and is in charge of the ninja team. While Nia go back to the Samurai X cave trying to fix Zane, at the surface of the Ninjago city, the Vermilion Warriors are having their Operation Heavy Metal going on, where they get all the metals they need from the city. Some Vermilion Warriors bumped into Roland's shop and take some metal out, being stated of shoplifting by Roland later while Dareth is in the shop, trying to get more trophies from the shop. The two then found it is unusual to have such a disturbance in the city without the ninjas interfering. They reached to the ninjas physically. Once the ninjas got their missions, they go straight ahead to the city and kick some snakebit. They then meet up Sane and Nia at a construction site where they are being ambushed by the Vermilion warriors. At the exact moment, the Vermilion warriors left them alone and go to somewhere else. The ninjas follow them. Soon later, the whole city go blackout. The ninjas follow the Vermilion warriors to the power plant, while Lloyd tries to ask Wu for advice and go to the power plant later. Once they are in the power plant, they fight off some Vermilion warriors and get back the electricity supplied. Sane got back to normal, but he lost Pixel. The episode finished off with the ninjas going to the Mega Monster amusement park, while Jay figuring out that his parents may be in danger as they have a lot of scrap metals in their junkyard. This episode starts with a really intense and serious situation, where the ninjas are not full hands on deck, but they still have to protect the city and fight the snakes. It also have split into two plots and being gathered later into one, where Nia trying to fix Sane and having the rest of the team kicking some butt, and later having the full team to get back on the electricity supply of the city. Besides, the episode also feature a lot of the fighting scenes in each and every one of the events that happens in this episode. Having hints from Kai wanting to say something to Nia, or Jay figuring out the path of the Vermilion warrior getting the medal is actually giving the traits of the following episodes, in which of course the grand secret behind the siblings' parents, Ray and Maya. All the events in this episode is being planned and measured precisely. Then we have here is episode 73, Out of the Fire and Into the Boiling Sea. The episode begins with the Time Twins having Wu, Ray, and Maya as hostage to threaten Kai and Nia to retrieve the fourth and the most powerful time blade out of all, the Reversal Blade in the Boiling Sea. In order to do that, Kai and Nia have to pass 3 tests given by Ray and Maya in the Boiling Sea for protecting the time blade that the descendants of both of them can pass, which is a steep slide that needs the assist of the Master of Water, rock monsters that aren't featured of fire and water but the mixture of both of them, and the trapdoor that only fits with the Dragon Blade. Meanwhile, the rest of the team are infiltrating into the nest of the Vermilion warriors, trying to rescue Sarsport and breaking apart the Iron Doom. The Vermilion warriors come to stop them. Back to the siblings after they got the Reversal Blade to give it to the Hands of Time as part of the deal. Wu, Ray, and Maya got released, which makes him aging rapidly. Once the Time Twin back to their headquarters, they place the fourth and the final Time Blade to the Iron Doom and hop onto it to travel through time with Wu. Kai and Nia follow them with the fusion dragon they made from the Dragon Blade they get from their parents. This episode has split into 2 plots, where the one with the siblings getting the Reversal Blade, while the other one is the rest of the team saving Borg and getting the Iron Doom to be fallen apart. Both of them are serious and vital to the main story to continue on. If the siblings don't get the Reversal Blade, their father may be dead of aging. If the rest of the team don't get Borg, the Vermilion warrior will keep having him to build all the machinery and weapons they want. The choice is in the hands of the ninjas. Besides, the episode also featured a lot of scenes showing the bond of Kai, Nia, their parents, and Wu via the choices they made. This actually showed the personality traits and the relationship they have. Last but not least, the episode have shown us some really cool scenes with building the fusion dragon and fighting the rock monsters. Based on the reasons that I mentioned, why shouldn't this episode not be the champion of the season? And that's pretty much all I've got in my mind. Top 5 episodes of Season 7 Hands of Time. What do you think? What's your favorite one? Comment down below. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or problems to make, you can contact me with email, Twitter, or Instagram. And see you later, alligators.